On the 19th of November 2023, Stade Rennais rehired Julien Stéphan. This came after a poor start to the 2023-24 season. Since then, Stéphan has been able to stabilize the club, helping them achieve mid-table whilst providing a solid platform for the youth to develop. Julien Stéphan is well known for his tactical flexibility and adapting the formations to suit the playing staff. This season, Stade Rennais have used various setups, including a 3-4-3, a 4-2-3-1, a 4-3-3, but mainly they have also used a 4-4-2 system. Under Julien Stéphan, this system leverages very good, solid ball-playing centre-backs while also maintaining a dynamic box-to-box pairing in the midfield. Now, taking a look at the tactics and the tactical vision, which will be set to wing play, Stéphan's approach focuses on utilizing the flanks for offensive maneuvers and combination sequences. This system will also still maintain a lot of offensive threats in the central zones through the strikers and, of course, the midfield pairing. Julien Stéphan emphasizes short passes and the ability to play out from the back. With this in mind, he aims to try and control games through possession. Now, as for the defense and the defensive style, it will be set to pressure on heavy touch, allowing them to maintain a very solid, compact structure, but also allowing them to press where needed. If the opposition make a mistake or they make a heavy touch or a heavy pass, your team will therefore look to capitalize on it and move the ball further forward very quickly. The team's width will be set to 25, creating a narrow, compact structure like I'd mentioned. This will allow for a lot of pressing to occur in the central areas of the field, forcing the opposition out wide into the wider zones, looking for a bit of offensive fluidity and rhythm. Also, it can look to try and nullify the offensive threats from the central zones. The team's depth will be set to 70, allowing them to maintain a nice high line, allowing them to be very good with the ball retention, of course, pinning the opposition back in their own half, allowing the centre-backs to be very involved in the build-up play higher up the field, whilst also contributing to the effectiveness of the aggressive press. Now, moving on to the offense and the build-up play, which will be set to slow build-up. It is a key element of the attacking outlet of the side that they will look to progress the ball slowly from back to front, looking to try and create short passing options for the ball carrier. This leads quite nicely into the chance creation, which will be set to possession, looking to supply the ball carrier with as many passing options in the central zones as well as the wider areas of the field. This aligns itself quite nicely with the ethos that Julien Stéphan is looking to implement at Stade Rennais, looking to try and maintain a good control over the entirety of the game. The offensive width is set to 70, which can provide a lot of space in the central zones for the attackers like the strikers and, of course, the central midfielders, while also providing a lot of space down the wider regions of the field for the combination play to happen and occur between the fullbacks and, of course, the wingers. Even though Julien Stéphan emphasizes short passing, he's also open to the approach of the switch of play, allowing for them to overload on the one side before playing a long ball to the opposite flank, where they'll have a lot more space to try and attack down. The players in the box is set to 4, allowing for the two strikers to be in and around the final third, waiting for the crosses and the cutbacks to occur. At the same time, this will allow the team to maintain a solid presence around the opposition's box, so therefore they can look to rotate the ball and have effective ball to play on the edge of the area. And then finally, the corners and the free kicks, of course, as always, will be set to 4. Progressing on now to the player instructions, starting off at the back with the goalkeeper in Mandanda, who will be set to come for crosses, showcasing his aggressive nature when it comes to dealing with the aerial threats when they are fired into the box. At the same time, he will take up a bit more of a traditional base goalkeeper stance and look to stay on his line a bit more and have the centre-backs deal with the offensive threats in behind their defensive line. Your two centre-backs will be tasked with the base set of instructions, no major changes or requirements for either or, but one of the key roles that you can go ahead and do is collect the ball from the goalkeeper, progress it up the field, and look to play those line-breaking passes either into the midfield, the fullbacks, or even the wider midfielders. Onto your fullbacks now, and they are set to a bit more of an offensive, aggressive attacking outlet, looking to get up the field as much as possible, interchange with the wider midfielders, and look to overlap them as much as possible. They'll be looking to supply crosses and cutbacks into the box for the strikers. As you'll see here, their instructions going forward will be set to join the attack, overlap, and of course, stick to position. As you'll see here for the left back, he's got the same role and instructions as well. Now, moving on into your midfield, starting off with your two central midfielders who will be tasked with aggressively pressing in the central zones, looking to disrupt and disturb the offensive rhythm that the opposition looks to try and generate, whilst also maintaining a very good solid box-to-box role where they can look to contribute on the offensive end, whilst also doing the same effective job on the defensive side of things. So they'll be set to having a balanced attacking support whilst also maintaining a balanced crossing run, allowing them to sometimes overlap the two strikers and overload in the offensive area. They'll also look to aggressively press in the central zones whilst maintaining a central cover defensive position. At the same time, the positioning freedom on the offensive end will be told to stick to position. As you'll see here for Enzo Lefebvre, he's got the same role and instructions as well. Now out onto the flanks, of course, the two wider midfielders who will have very similar roles, with Terrier having a slight tweak and variation to his more natural instructions, but both will be told to come back on defense, looking to consistently help out the fullback when required. They'll also both be told to have a balance with maintaining a solid approach, aiding in the effective wing build-up play in those wider areas, combining very efficiently and effectively with the overlapping fullbacks, while also having the ability to drift to the more central zones and combine with the two central midfielders and of course the strikers, creating overloads not only on the wings but also in the central areas of the field. Now for the right midfielder, he'll be set to a balanced support run, allowing him to sometimes break him behind, other times having the good solid holder play, combining very effectively with the players in and around him, whilst also having a mixed approach down that right hand side. Both of your wide midfielders will be set to normal interceptions, whilst the right midfielder will be set to having a balanced crossing run, sometimes breaking into the box himself, other times staying on the edge of the area, looking to facilitate and rotate the play. As you'll see here down the left-hand side, Martin Terrier, he's got a very similar set of instructions, apart from the fact that he'll be told to get him behind as well as get into the box. You want to see some good combination play and almost interchangeability between the left striker and Terrier, taking up that more central approach, looking to be a bit more of a direct attacking winger. So you want him to use his pace in behind as much as possible. Now progressing on to your two strikers who will have slightly differing roles. Of course, Calimundo is set to be a bit more of a more natural target man type striker, where he can look to use his more natural abilities to help the likes of Stade Rennais gain an advantage over the opposition's defense. So his instructions going forward will be set to stay central, whilst also having a mixed attack, allowing him to play as a false nine at times, dropping a bit deeper, getting on the ball, combining with the midfield, other times using his more physical side of his game to try and dominate the opposition's backline, link up the play very effectively, whilst also having a very good solid amounts of speed in him, where he can look to manipulate the opposition's backline and make those runs in behind. Both of your strikers will be set to aggressive interceptions, allowing them to press the backline as well as the goalkeeper, forcing those errors, forcing those long kicks, and essentially playing the ball back into your possession. And then finally, the defensive support will be set to basic. And then finally, onto the left striker in Gourier. He is set to having a balance width, allowing him to sometimes drift into those wider channels, operate in that wide left space, interchanging and overloading down that left flank, whilst also he can choose to stay a bit more central at times and attack the central defenders, using his pace as well to try and get him behind and get the best of the opposition's back line. Of course, he too will be set to aggressive interceptions, still looking to try and close down the opposition's backline. But this time, the difference that we see between the left and the right striker is he'll be told to come back on defense, and this does help with a very solid interchange between Terrier and Gourier in that, left striker role. And there you go, guys. That is how I would implement and replicate Julien Stéphan's 4-4-2 system and tactics into FC24, of course, for Stade Rennais. If you guys have enjoyed this, please don't forget to smash that like button down below, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. We will be bringing out tactics videos basically every single day. But out of 10, I would give the system a solid 8. The attacking fluidity is there. The interchange between Terrier and Gourier is so good. It creates nice overloads down the wider regions of the field, whilst also having a very good attacking outlet. The defensive areas, sometimes you might be exposed, especially with your two fullbacks going forward, which is why I have marked it down a little bit. But otherwise, I think it's a very good system. And I must say, Stade Rennais in a career mode, it's just a lot of fun. They've got some really good young talents to go ahead and use, some really, fun offensive players to try and get the best out of, or maybe, sell them at a later date for loads of money. And just in general, the career mode itself is so great. But you guys can let me know down below in the comment section what you think of the current system and how you would improve it. And if you want to see more, please let me know. And anyways, we're going to hop on into the gameplay, where obviously we talk about how you should look to use the various different tactics and setups and how you can get the best and the most realistic approach out of the individual tactics that we've made. Okay, people. Starting off with the gameplay. Of course, I love this segment. We get to play some EAFC 24. And now off the bat, I would like to say that Julien Stéphan, he never actually had a preseason with, the current squad. I mean, some of these players will still know of him because of his first, stint with the club. But, he hasn't had time to implement his style of play properly. And I mean, the fact that they have been playing some very good football, the fact that they were in the relegation zone when he came in and now they're sitting in ninth is a testament to how good of a coach he is and how well he can adapt to the current side. But I think that with some really good summer recruitments, the Stade Rennais side next season will be a very good team. And of course, giving the coach some time and, time on the field, on the training ground to effectively implement his more natural style of play. And of course, bring in the players that he needs in order to implement that style. So that could be a very good option for the side. So I think that next season we will see them, back, at the upper end of the league and table, competing for whether it's Europa League, Conference League, or maybe even the Champions League. At one point, they were in Champions League spots, and it's a great goal from Reams. Wow. Okay, well, they've opened up the scoring through some bad defensive errors from yours truly. We will look to go again, though. But yes, I do think that, young Julien, I think that he does have the blueprints to success, especially for this team. So they have lost a few of their really good players, in Jeremy Doku obviously joining Man City, Eduardo Camavinga leaving a few seasons ago and joining Real Madrid. That was a few seasons ago, though. But still, he's got the track record and the blueprints of how you can achieve success. And I do think that with more time, you will see maybe a different formation. I know that the first time around, he really liked to use the 4-1-4-1 system, having a bit more control in the central areas of the field. But he also did use the 4-4-2, which is essentially what he's largely used this season. So we need to get back into this game. We need to focus now. Some very strong, solid builder play from back to front into the wider area here. And just bullied off of the ball by Akime. Some very good, solid pressing there. Forced him all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now, I will say that this offensive outlet that you will be that you will be seeing in this gameplay and hopefully playing on your own consoles and all that good stuff, it's great. It's effective. The combination play, the dual striker tandem up front. Terrier and, of course, Guerrier down that left-hand side. They combine very nicely. Good, solid play. Just retain the ball, circulate it nicely. Let's establish a solid rhythm. We found a great ball, and it's a back of the net type things, and it's a great run into the space, drifting along the back line, doing all that good stuff. And that is exactly what you want to see from your left-sided striker. Now, also, I know that Desiree Diao, I think that's how you pronounce his name, a very highly rated, 18-year-old. He will have the same instructions as Terrier down that left-hand side, or even down the right-hand side if need be. And of course, Terrier has also played up front in his, few games that he's, come back since his injury. So he has played up front as a secondary striker at times. So it works out very nicely to have a solid rotation between Terrier, Guerrier, and Desiree Dao. And of course, I also know that his I don't know if it's his twin brother, but it's his brother who is playing as the right back currently for the side, which is also very, very cool. But we've got back in the game. Some good offensive movement, some good rotations, and they've whipped in a good cross. But Steve Mandanda, he's there. Good hold-up play, solid back into the midfield there. And we work our way through some good combination passes down the wider channels. Bang, look at that fullback making that run. Lovely, lovely stuff. Kilamundo, please. Box. Okay, never mind. Some good build-up play. Some really good build-up play into the right midfielder who bashes it so far wide. It's unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. But it's fun. It's all right. It's okay. We're doing our thing right now. Things are working very, very nicely. Some nice, quick passing between the lines, between, certain defenders and all that good stuff. We're executing the runs into the space exactly how I would expect and want. And 33 minutes gone by. It is still 1-1. Now, we need to win the ball back. Okay. It's back into their possession. Not good enough. Enzo Lefebvre needs to be pressing. We need to try and, break up the play in the central zones for them. They've had a lot of the ball in the central areas, which I don't like that much. Good block there. Great block from the Diao brother. And it's a terrible cross into the box, and Terrier is there. Good combination play. Quick ball over the top. Great ball over the top. Kilamundo using his speed and his pace and his physicality to beat the defender, hold him off effectively, and put the ball in the back of the net. I do wish, it is one of my biggest wishes for EA. Go and scan the player faces, man. I know that they've picked up the slack over the last few years, but go and scan these players, because do you know how exciting it would be to have an amazing Stade Rennais career mode, having players like Kilamundo, having players like Guerrier, their actual faces being scanned into the game. Like players like me, I don't know about you guys. You guys can also let me know though down below. I like having real player faces in my side. It just takes away from the realism aspect if I have, some guy with a default face. It just irritates me. It makes me so mad. It makes me sad as well. You pay so much money for a game and all this stuff, and half the time these people can't even be bothered to actually have the realistic side of it, which is so annoying. It's a good ball into the box, back post run, and it's a great save from Steven Mandanda, you absolute king. But yes, it's just a little gripe that I do have with, the game. But nonetheless, Some good, solid, aerial threats being neutralized. Good ball into Theet, into Dowell. I see the run of Terrier. Good ball over the top. He's made that inside run. Okay, well, that could have been a great goal to possibly go ahead and do. Good pass from the right back. Just some really good defending from the Reims back line. But anyways, nonetheless, we are 2-1 up after being a goal down. Some very good opportunities taken. Good opportunity missed as well. But I'm very happy with how the tactics have displayed in that first half. Okay, so just taking a look at the tactics and smack bang on the dots. This season, Stade Rennais have maintained around 57% possession. I'm pretty sure. And that's what we have right here in the game, which is very nice, but we need to improve it. Reims are going to consistently give us the ball, so we need to make sure that we're using it to the best of our abilities. We've had 3 shots, 2 of them being on target, which is great. We have an expected goals of 1.4 compared to their 1.1. We have 20 passes more than them. They've made 1 more tackle than us. We've got more interceptions, and our goalkeepers made 1 good save compared to their 0 saves. Not too bad. Like the stats at the break are not too bad. 95% passing accuracy with a 98% dribble success rate, which is also very, very good. Now this is what I'm talking about. As you can see there, for them, their possession in the central zones, it needs to be broken up. It needs to be disrupted a lot more. And we will be focusing on that in the second half. I think their goal mainly came from some really good passing in that central area before switching it out wide for the cross. But we managed to come back, and a lot of our attacking display came down that left-hand side with Guerrero and, of course, Terrier. And let's not forget Truffert as well, combining very nicely. So we want to have a bit more of that. I do like to see that the centre-back area has had a lot of the ball. Maybe the goalkeeper should be a bit more involved as well, but we have had a lot of some really good solid possession in that central area or just below the halfway line. So more or less the centre-back, the centre-backs and the central midfielders combining quite nicely. So a little bit more of that in the second half, and I think we might be able to really go ahead and create a good offensive platform to build off of. And then the final bit of halftime analysis that you will be seeing on the channel will be the passing. Now, a lot of passing has come down that left-hand side. A lot of passing. Some really good play between Truffert, number 8, and of course, number 7 and Martin Terrier. And of course, some really good combination play with the left striker. So we want to see a bit more of that on the right-hand side as well. Maybe, of course, the fullback and the winger can combine a bit more. But some very good passes nonetheless. Maybe getting the centre-backs a little bit more involved as well could be a plus factor to add to the natural side of the tactics. But otherwise, I'm very, very happy with that first half. Apart from the goal. Okay, kicking things off here in the second. Calimundo putting us up by a single goal, turning the game on its head. Things you love to see. Now we're going to press them, keeping our shape, keeping our structure, as you'll see here. But we will press them. They are trying to also create overloads down the flanks. Oh, I've made a mistake there. And they're looking to capitalize on it with a great cross into the box. No doubt. Oh, they've gone for a little cutback here. They're looking for the ball more centrally. And great block from the defense. Good, solid block. Back into the centre-back. Just play it out. Play it out nicely. Little short passes. Bang, bang, and bang. Good play. Solid play. Guerrero. Into Calimundo. Not good enough. It's fine. It's okay. Terrier creating a nice overload centrally into the right midfielder, who will look to cross it into the box. And it's fallen to no one, but Enzo Lefebvre is there to win the ball back and circulate it back into play into our right back, who will look to cross it into the box. And it is going to be knocked out for a goal, not a goal kick, a corner kick. Okay, it's corner kick time, baby. Okay, let's put it into a good area. It's fallen onto the head of Martin Terrier, but it's fine, it's okay. We've gone down in the box as well, looking for a back post run. Terrier not getting on the end of it. Oh, you're serious, mate. That was a brilliant cross. Just nobody made a run to the back post area. But not too bad, not too shabby. We'll go again. Okay. Nice high team press, please, boys. Pressing nice and high. Make sure that they can't, create a rhythm from the back. I also like to second man press as well. I think it's a very effective maneuver. And a great run from Calimundo, creating a lot of space for Guerrero, who's come away with the ball still. We've still got the ball here, but I have botched that offensive move. Good ball between the lines. Enzo Lefebvre looking for the return pass back to his midfield counterpart, and that's fine because Calimundo is there, winning the ball back, circulating it nicely. I'm looking for the run. I'm looking for the run of the right back. There's the run of the right back. You love to see it. the right back. He's made some great inroads into the defensive area, and that will go out for another corner kick. Some very good defense on display here from the opposition. I have to give them credit. Give them their flowers, because when we put the ball in the back of the net, well, we can take those flowers away. Woo! With a fantastic goal from the set piece. You love to see it. Honestly, some really good offensive aerial threats in this side. Calamundo being one of them. Of course, the two centre-backs being the other. And even in the midfield as well, you've got some very strong, tall, physical entities that can, come up and be solid options off the bench or even just naturally in the midfield. But yes, it's 3-1 to Stade Rennais. I always had faith that even though we were a goal down, we have offensive firepower in this team that we can just turn this whole game on its head. Anyways, we go again. We look for goal number 4, 5, and 6. It's 67 minutes gone. And yeah, we're very much in control of this one. I have botched a few offensive movements though, which it is griping me just a little bit, but it's fine. It's okay. Some very good combination play. Good. Trufford, he's made a great run down the left flank. He's looking for a pass on the inside. Okay, back into the midfielder. Just trying to stretch him as much as possible into Guerrero. Taking a great touch around the defender, and the goalkeeper has made another save. Wow. Okay, Guerrero this time. Good offensive movements, good ball into the box. Please, it's on someone's forehead. They've done a very good bit of business there to get it all out and get it away. We've won the ball back though, circulates it back. Operating very nicely. Oh my goodness me, Terrier. He made a fantastic run. I should have gone with the ball over the top there, but I was looking for the little acute pass between the defense, but it's fine. It's okay. Our defense is there to sweep up, and Steve Mandanda, not always looking to go long, but he can every now and then just to, try and catch the opposition out, and I thought that maybe there was one of those moments to go ahead and do that. But it's fine. They've got the ball back, though, so it can be slightly dangerous now. Good ball into the box. Feet is there. Good ball. Solid ball. I saw the pass, but I didn't really want to execute it, just in case I was a bit too late with it. Back into the right back, looking to attack now. He's got the ball still. He's played a safe ball into the box, and it's not meant to be. It's intercepted, and it's dealt with. Looking to attack the wider zones. Wu is there. Good combination play. Good ball over the top. Guerrier has made a great run into the space. Takes a touch, takes a shot out of his feet, and the goalkeeper is left to make another save. We are creating a lot of good opportunities here up against Stade Reims. But big ball into the box. Martin Terrier's head is there, and it's off the defender and into the back of the net. Goal number 4. I did guarantee that, I must say. I don't think it's going to be given as Terrier's goal, but that's okay. That's all right. It's none of my business. We've got the goals, though. It's all about the team, It's all about the good team dynamics and movements and rotations and all that good stuff. Very happy with how things have panned out, though. Matasiwa on for Enzo Lefebvre. Yes, we'll make that change. A lot of the players will be not exactly like for like, but a lot of their roles and instructions won't always change. It will more or less be same. You don't need to overly go ahead and tweak too many things with it. So Matasiwa can come in and fulfill that Enzo Lefebvre role, playing as that box-to-box man. Of course, a bit more of a defensive player, so keep in mind he will sometimes stay a bit further back and not be as, operational high up the field. But nonetheless, he can still do a job in the central zones. Okay, now we move. We go on. Dispossess Diakate, and let's go get number 5. We've done that very nicely. Matasiwa. Looking for a bit more of the support play. Ball over the top there. Into the right channel. We've done a great job. Back into Matasiwa, who is getting nice and high up the field. Back into Matasiwa. Matasiwa, great ball into Guerrier. I was looking for the return pass. It's not meant to be, but we will end off the game 4-1 winners. Stade Rennais, these tactics are absolutely beautiful. You guys can let me know down below in the comment section and all that good stuff. Have you enjoyed the video? Please smash that like button. That would be great. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and all that good stuff. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, which would be absolutely mind-blowing, mind blown. Anyways, until the next time, until the next one, I hope you have a damn great day, and I'm out of here. Bye, peeps.